Hey, what's up guys, I'm back from the range and I'm just going to show you real quick how I mount my camera. That right there is a vise I used to do work on my guns, and that's the actual camera holder as well. So let's put you in the vise. Hopefully you don't fall down. I don't want to go too tight. There we go. I'm gonna clean my gun and I'm gonna talk about it a little bit. Hopefully this ain't no boring video for you. If it is, I'm sorry. Go to the next channel or wait for my other exciting video. Yeah. Alright, so I went and I shot this gun. I put about, I want to say, I didn't have a count, but I'm pretty sure I put 400 rounds to this thing. I put about 400 rounds to this beautiful weapon that y'all all know the story. But did I like it? No, I didn't. I didn't like it. Walther, when they decided to make this hammer-fired pistol, you see, I wanted the PPQ. You all know that. If you watched my last video, I wanted the PPQ, and I ended up getting this one, right? So, maybe the PPQ, I'll like that one. I don't know. Maybe I'll like the PPQ. I didn't like this one. I loved it. I love this gun. Wow. This gun is so accurate. To date, it's probably the most accurate pistol that I've shot. Either that or I'm just getting it a little better. I'm not going to say I'm the greatest, I'm not. But I'm improving on my handgun skills. And I was rusty, I'll tell you that much. I was really rusty. Just in frame now here. I was really rusty. But this gun actually made me think that I was getting better. Actually, the guy next to me was, he's like, hey, what are you shooting? I'm like, well, it's a PPX. He said, wow, you got really good groups. And I was only shooting about 6 yards. I started at 8, I came back to 6, and then I went to 16. And I did really good at 16 as well. But when I was shooting 6, when I was shooting 8, the guy was impressed. And then when I went to 6, and he was more impressed. And that's when he actually said, what are you shooting? I thought it was a PPX, sort of the PPQ, and he wasn't really too familiar with the Walthers, or Walthers, however you want to say it. I'm new to this, but I think it's called walther. It's a TH. Walther. Anyways, I really enjoyed this gun a lot. I enjoyed it a lot because it's really ergonomic for my hand. It's really accurate. It's light. Not one problem with this gun. Not one. Not one single problem. And I was shooting 115 grain. This is that the PPU. Actually, I guess that's why I shot it okay, because it starts the PP. The PPU. I shot this, and I shot UMC. I shot a lot of rounds, and this gun didn't jam, not once. Didn't never misfed and never did anything like that. I pointed, it would shoot. And the hammer too, it's really easy to get that hammer going. See, it's got the hammer right there. We can see it. I don't know if you can see it or not, but really good. The way it forms to me the way I like to hold the gun, the way I like to grasp. This is the way I do it. Really works well with me. But I'm gonna clean it, and this is gonna be a long video. Okay, so here we go. All right, so real easy to take down. Not much to it. Got pretty dirty, but I'm gonna spray down, then I'll pause the video and I'll come back to it. Because I make really long cleaning videos. Actually, somebody really liked my cleaning videos. A lot of people actually like them, which is cool. That makes me. I don't do much of them, and like I see on my videos, I'm really generous with this stuff. I don't go light on it. And man, I usually use the hops number 9. I started using that, but man, does it stink up my room. Man, this shit is stinky. Oh, the one thing I forgot to mention on this gun is when I brought it home, I didn't even clean it. And I took it straight to the range just like that. And it was dry. Even now it's dry. It's still dry. There's no oil on it. Not one problem with that too. That's what amazed me as well. Is the fact that it didn't have any oil. Except for whatever comes from the factory. It had very little oil on the mechanical parts in the frame. Very little. Not much. But nothing on the barrel. Nothing on the lug. And the one reason I wanted to do that was so that it would wear the parts in, and then I'll oil them up, and then it'll function even better. I don't know if that's a good technique or not, but that's just one thing I like to do. Is really, like even some of my tools at work, there's these guns and stuff that I use. And I run them dry first for a little bit because they're real sticky, and then I'll run oil on them, and I'll run like Mobil 1 synthetic oil on it, which is what I'm going to use on this one. I'm gonna stop using this Impro 7 because this stuff is fucking stinky. This stuff is just like the hops number 9, but this stuff is fucking bad. When you go to charge your weapon, or every time you're just messing with it at home, man, does it stink. And Mobil 1 doesn't stink, and it's what I use in my cars. It's the synthetic stuff, the full synthetic. See, I like to give everything a nice bath in oil. Everything just really, I don't care, man. I get it all full of oil because I can always take it off. But I soak everything in oil. I mean, probably. A lot of people don't do this, but I do. Especially with this stuff, because rim oil, it dries out. It's got that Teflon coating on there. I don't know, scientifically, right? But it has some kind of Teflon in it, supposedly. But it dries out, so. Alright, guys, I'm going to let those parts soak, and I'll come back to you. Oh, I wasn't even recording. Oh, yeah, I am. What? 8 minutes? What the fuck? Hey, what's up? Oh shit, part 2. Man, that went quick. This is gonna be a really long video. Really long. If you don't want to watch it, I totally agree. I probably lost you real early. But yeah, the parts have been soaking here for a while, and I'm just gonna re-soak them again just a little bit. And one thing I like to use is like these rags, obviously, right? But like old shirts that you don't use anymore, I like to cut them up. I don't know if they're what percentage of cotton they are or what, but they work for me. So I just get them, and I don't even. It's just random, just chop up pieces. I hope I'm in frame. Just whatever, just chop up random pieces that you're gonna use to run down the bore and stuff. Nothing too fancy there. And I'll get a brush. I like running the Glock brushes. That's one thing that I do like about the Glock brushes, that they're really nice for cleaning, because the bristles are really strong for the bristles are strong to go into the bore. So I'll give this one a little Oh yeah, that thing goes in. You see, it goes in real tight. But being that I shot this gun quite a bit today, I was really impressed with it. I liked it a lot. I say that about all my guns, but this one I really liked it a lot. Because I had never shot a Walther. You know, the first Walther that I was ever gonna own was a Walther. Was it P22? I think it's called, or you know, the 22 version of the Walthers. But I ended up buying a Sig Mosquito, and I regret that because I think that the Walther 22 is a really good gun. If I'm not mistaken, the what is it called? Oh, the Ruger 22. That thing is almost identical to the Walther in some ways, and I think that you know, it's because it's a good design. You know, it's like everybody copies the Glock takedown, or they copy the Sig Decocker in some way. You know, or you know, everybody copies everybody. That's just the way it is. You know, you get to a point where you just have to copy somebody or something. It's just like automobiles. How many times have the automobile industry copied each other? A lot. And yeah, you see now it goes in there a little bit easier. And I like to go in and twist. I just like to do that. So I'm going to let that soak, and then I'll give it another cleaning right now. Let me see if I can get this a little clean. I can't find my damn toothbrush. I know it's around here somewhere. What I do is I spray this down. You might say I'm wasting too much, but see, I clean it. I clean the brush the same way. And then I'm gonna brush this. Really gummy stuff. Not too bad. I still don't know how to take this down completely, but I'll learn. It seems like there's a plate right here. This is a different piece. It's got a roll pin right here on the side, so obviously I have to drive that roll pin out, and I guess this whole assembly will come out. Yeah, that's what it looks like to me. Looks like it'll just all pull out or pop up, but I'm not going to go into that much detail right now because this gun functioned right. I didn't have any problems with the extractor. The hammer always went back and fired a shot, so I'm not too worried about that right now. Just getting the little stuff that gummed up. It's really a soft shooting gun. Really soft because it's got a lot of mass on this slide. This slide is pretty heavy. The frame, yeah, it's considerably, you know, proportionate to the weight. You know, as far as this is really heavy and this is semi-heavy, it's not gonna feel top heavy or something. And this, sorry about that. Like I was saying, the gun doesn't feel top heavy at all. It feels really solid all the way around. You know, it doesn't feel like it's top heavy in any way. You know, there's some guns that you grab, like I know my buddy Ray's probably gonna tell me shit, but the Glock, I mean the Springfield, the XD, at least the one I had the XDM, pardon me. That one's a little top heavy, you know, stuff like that. You know, maybe a high point. Maybe that, something like that, it's gonna feel top heavy, but this one doesn't feel top heavy. So I think overall, I really recommend this gun. You might say, hey, well, you probably only got 300 or 400 rounds through it. How is that going to be a thorough review? It's not. But I've had guns that jam up right away, and like right away. And a lot of people feel that they recommend those guns. I mean, I feel that if a gun malfunctions within the first 100 rounds, that's a gun that I don't intend to keep. I don't like that. Just my preference. I mean, I want to feel comfortable with what I got. It's like I like to give examples, and when I'm in the roofing business, like I am, if I buy a pair of shoes, right, I feel them, I wear them at the gun, I keep, not at the gun shop, but like say I buy a pair of shoes and then I try them on, and I'm like, you know what, these shoes will probably work in my roofing business, right? So I'll think they work. But if I get on the roof and I slip just once, that's it. I'll still keep the shoes or I'll return them, but more than likely I'll keep them and just use them for a little bullshit. That's the way it is with guns. You fuck up on me, there's not much I can do to keep you. Because in my brain, I know that you're going to fail on me or have failed, and that's just not cool. Yeah, just cleaning it really good. I like to wipe it all down. That takes away all the ugly gunk. I don't know how long this video is going to be, but it's going to be pretty long. I hope you can stay entertained. But so we got the slide. I'm gonna go back down to the barrel. Will you hear that? You hear that? I don't know if you can hear that. It's got that. That tells me that there's ribs. Like there's little ribs. I don't know if it sounds weird, but yeah, there's like little ribs in the barrel. You know what that helps? That helps. That helps. What do you call that word? Anticipate the heat or something. It helps with the heat. That's one thing that I noticed when I was shooting this. When I was shooting it, and I shot about 8 or 9 magazines back to back, I could still put my thumb. I could still rest my thumb on the slide. The slide doesn't get that hot. Keep in mind, I wasn't rapid firing, but still, back to back. A lot of guns get really hot in the slide, and everybody knows how I like to grip, and my thumb is on that slide. So, you know, that's. Now that I'm looking at the barrel and it's got this little noise right here, that barrel stays pretty cool. So, and then a really nice polished feed ramp. Can you see that? It's really nice and polished. I like that. Alright guys, I'm gonna have to let you go, and I'll give you a final product right now. Sorry, it's just too long. Alright, I'm gonna keep going. You know what, somebody asked me to keep going, so I'm just gonna keep on going, and I already kind of worked this down a little bit, so it shouldn't take too long. What I like is it's got really heavy duty components right here. See if I can show it to you. Do I have a flashlight? Where are you? Here's one. I think these batteries are weak. Look at the components right there. Look at how beefy that is. Look at that extractor. Look at the beefy springs inside. It's got a lot of beefed up springs. But look at that extractor right there. Ain't that a beast? It rides on metal rails, so that's always a good thing. But yeah, good little gun. getting ready to just wipe this down and call it good. I don't have the mobile synthetic oil here, so I'm going to have to break this down later. And I'm going to let it cure. Let that rim oil cure in there and dry down, and then I'll wipe it down with some synthetic oil. I'll clean the outside and I'll run the slide, and then I'll probably end up just cleaning the outside with alcohol. The alcohol takes care of all that excess. Alcohol really eats up all that stuff, and it dries really quick, so it's good to go. Let me run a patch through the barrel. I haven't done that. Oh no, this is too big. Yeah, it's too big. Cut this one down. So if you're looking to get one of these, I would definitely recommend it. Wow, that's still too big. Maybe I'm thinking of cleaning my AK. Got a 3rd caliber bore. There we go. Oh yeah. What I like to do is flip it around and still run it the other way. And all the fouling still stays in the barrel. Oh yeah, goes in nicely. Spray it down a little more. Cut me another piece. Cut me another one. And these are black, so you're not really seeing the stuff you're pulling out, but shit, I mean, I know it's getting clean. I don't have to look at the rag, I could look down the bore. Oh yeah, it's just shiny. I don't see any fouling anywhere. Alright, let's put it together. Oh, don't you love that sound? I always, every time I get to put my gun down together again, I love the clinking and clanking of the metal. This stuff stays pretty clean, so didn't get too fouled up. Nice and oiled. I'm still gonna oil it back up with the Mobile One synthetic. Also, the one thing I said in my first video is that it hits right there. Well, I mean, all you have to do is basically is just move that part right there. Okay, wait. There's something missing. There's something wrong. Okay, my fault. I had the freaking lever up. My fault. Still new. But yeah, all you do is just basically just push it forward. You don't have to. I mean, push it back. You don't have to put the hammer down, like I said. Probably it makes it easier. But you see, it gets to this point, it kind of hits right here. You can just go a little more. But if you go down with the hammer, it's easier. You don't have to, but that's just it's probably not necessary, but I like to do that because it gets all the oil out of the little crevices. Alright guys, Walther PPX. Full of oil. But I'll get that cleaned up. Alright guys, you have a good one.